was younger, back in the early 90s, I wanted to get into music. I was in high school. I wanted to get into music all my life, but in high school, I really wanted to start trying to go professional more. And I needed things to work with. So there was a local music store in Cleveland where I used to live. And I had my mom drive me down there, and I looked around at all these things, and then come to find out, they would rent equipment to people. You know, they'd do it for like a week, a month, whatever. So that day I rented a Yamaha V-50 synthesizer keyboard and a 4-track recorder. I got it home. I taught myself how to sequence with different tracks on that keyboard because it's like a workstation. And then I taught myself how to track on that little 4-track recorder. It was amazing, and it really changed my life. And I had that Yamaha V-50 for years. And then eventually I ended up selling it for whatever reason. But now I finally got it back. Not the original one, but I found one on eBay for a decent price, and it finally came today. Now let me give you a little background information. The Yamaha V-50 is a digital music workstation, and it came out in 1989. It combines a sequencer and a rhythm machine, and it is like an FM synthesizer, basically, based on sound modules, and it also does MIDI. And like I said, it has a built-in sequencer in it, which is what really taught me how to blend or mix tracks together and add effects and all that stuff. Also, it will store 8 songs at a time for you, so you basically sequence patterns, and then you can form them into a song. And since it came from the 80s, it had a floppy drive, so you could save your songs and your sequences. And this keyboard really helped me learn so much on my own. So as you can see, I'm going to go over some of the things that it does. And it has about 100 sounds, like instrument sounds. And then there's a bunch of like rhythm sounds that sound pretty good. I'm just going to give you the typical like piano. It has a bunch of organ sounds, like church pipes. So about 100 sounds, and they all sound pretty decent. I mean, you gotta understand this is like an 80s keyboard, so it's not like straight up samples, but it sounds decent to me. Strings. So it also has a built-in sequencer, which I really enjoyed back when I was like playing this. And it's just a sequencer mode, and they have a rhythm mode, so you can do either one. So this is the rhythm mode. And because it's the 80s, of course the drum sounds aren't the best. Like there's no 808 sound or anything like that. But you can just make a simple beat by sequencing. And then it just repeats it for you. You could quantize it to make sure all the notes are in place. Things like that. And then you could do the same thing, obviously, for the sequencer. It's pretty incredible. You can sequence 8 tracks, which are all here, and you assign which one you want to record on. There's onboard effects, such as delay, reverb, all that good stuff. And it's just a decent machine. You can mute the tracks, you can do the volume of each individual track. So, and it's, of course, there's MIDI on it, so it's pretty easy to send the tracks out to another MIDI capable situation, and you could just track your song like that. So all in all, I just want you to know that there's nothing wrong with using vintage gear, vintage keyboards, whatever, because they can give you a different sound, sometimes a unique sound. I have a machine, and I record on that all the time and create music with that, and it has all the sampled sounds I could ever want. But these 80s keyboards and early 90s really are a little bit different because of the FM sound to it. So try it out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the bell next to it and you'll get notified whenever there's a new video. Leave a comment. I want to hear from you. Do you use any vintage equipment or gear when you create songs and music? What do you have? Let us know. I'd love to hear about it. Also, look below in the description. There are tons of links that could help your music career, and there's one from TuneCore. TuneCore has given a link that my subscribers can use. It's in the description. Use that link and you can use TuneCore to distribute your music, and they'll give you 20% off your first release. So check that out for sure. It's good talking to you today, and I will see you next video.